Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Thursday, September 4th, 2025. So much going on. Let's get to it. Okay, today we have a pullback. Gold down $13 to 3,544. 3,600, I think, in the futures market. Silver backing off 22 cents to 40.88. 40.88 versus a futures price of 41.22 October, 41.59 in December. A healthy spread between the two. The gold silver ratio is up a tad to 86.54. The 10-year yield, now the ADP employment report just came out and it missed expectations. Weak employment, a lot of reductions in the healthcare area, utilities, etc. Anyway, that news moved the bond market, and we have the long rates dropping. Long rates cooperating today with short rates. People anticipating at least a quarter point rate cut here in a few days. And now the long bond is cooperating down to 4.188 after being as high as 4.5. When is that? Back in July. So cooperation on the part of the 10-year. And lower rates should mean a lower dollar, but for some reason we have a higher dollar today. There must be something going on in the international currency market. Dollar is up. So that would be not good for silver or commodities typically, but we got the lower 10-year, so that would favor gold over silver today. Okay, let's keep going here. In the copper market, yeah, that higher dollar is hurting copper. Copper losing its momentum after a little breakout here the last couple of days. Now it is down 1% to 4.56. Platinum also down quite a bit, down $30, probably in sympathy with silver and copper, to 1,387 in the futures market. Okay, base metals, 1990, really on a tear here. Now, I'm not sure why zinc and lead would be rallying and copper would not, but that's what's going on. Base metals are definitely inflating here. The gold miners, the GDX is down 1.15% to 64.45, but you can't take away from that rally. We could have a little pullback here through Friday, and I might wait for that pullback before I made any new purchases today or tomorrow. Let's see, in the economic calendar, it was the ADP employment report that disappointed. Fewer jobs created. Now we have initial jobless claims. Hold on 1 second. All right, initial jobless claims are 237 versus a 230 estimate. So a few higher jobless claims than we thought. Weaker new jobs per ADP. I'm not sure if people trust the initial jobless claims report. And that's what I'll leave you with at the moment. Did that change anything in the spot market? Let's see. Weaker economy indicates stagflation. You know, the Fed is looking for 3% inflation now. Isn't that lovely? Every 3 years you'll lose 10% of your purchasing power. It's like a chainsaw to your wallet. Gold recovered a little bit, now down $15. Silver down a little more, down 23 cents. Okay, moving forward, where was I? Let's look at, no, we just did the economic releases. So we had ADP and initial jobless claims. Both were disappointing. We'll have productivity, trade deficit, Fed head speakers, and tomorrow U.S. employment report, hourly wages. Productivity is up. Okay, I see Rick Santelli talking about increased productivity. Perhaps that has to do with AI. Maybe that's why all the healthcare workers are losing their jobs. Trade deficit widened more than expected, 78 billion. And unit labor costs were lower. Maybe that AI is paying off as we get fired and they replace us with robots. Okay, in the pre-market, we have the Dow down 22, S&P up 7, NASDAQ up 38. Okay, and Bitcoin, which cannot seem to break out. Let's see what's going on here with the Bitcoin. Right. Oh my gosh, I'm going blind. Hold on, I cannot find it. Hold on one second. Crypto, Bitcoin, down $900 to 110,847. Is this market topping or what? But you know, when the stock market tops, metals usually keep running. So I think we have a bit more blow off to come on silver and gold. Before we get on to the deals, I'm going to talk a little bit about the question of the day. It comes from a friend who asked, what is it with the GSR? What is it with this guy right here, the gold silver ratio? What's the relationship between gold and silver, and why does the GSR matter? Well, I always say the GSR is just math, okay? And sometimes you walk into, where was it? Walgreens, where they had the blue light special? Oh my God, I'm going back a few years. And, potatoes will be on sale, but carrots will not. And the other day you walk in and carrots will be on sale and potatoes will not. Well, the relationship of those two things helps you decide which is more expensive and which is less expensive. Now, are gold and silver like potatoes and carrots? Yeah, kinda. They both come out of the ground. They're both desirable. And silver and gold, the initial ratio of silver to gold was set in the Coinage Act of 1792. If you didn't know that, the ratio that was established by Congress was 15 to 1. Why was it that? Because the Spanish real had a relationship of 15 to 1, as I recall. A year later, I think they changed it to 16 to 1, where it stayed for a long time. And you could walk into the mint, I imagine, and trade 16 silver coins for 1 ounce, 1 troy ounce of gold, and vice versa. Okay? And matter of fact, I think that relationship stayed for at least 50 years. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Okay, and then there was a lot of silver discovered. Okay, there was silver discovered in South America. There was silver discovered in California. Anyway, there was so much silver discovered, they raised that ratio to 30 to 1, or was it 32? I forget. Anyway, and even that was too. Silver was overvalued at that relationship because they had found a lot more of it. And then moving forward into modern times, it gravitated up more towards 50 and 60, etc. The ratio of it coming out of the ground, I don't know, maybe that is 7 to 1. But there's a lot of byproduct as well from copper, gold as well. So, I don't think the 7 to 1 is relevant. I don't think the 15 to 1, 16 to 1 is relevant. I don't think the 30 to 1 is relevant. But I do think there is value somewhere between 50 and 60. And as you watch these metals move back and forth with the GSR, I always say, so there's the fundamentals, the historical fundamentals of why gold is related to silver, and was, up until the 70s. So fundamentally, how it comes out of the ground, etc. But really, it's just math. And what people do is they trade this ratio and they look for aberrations, just like the potatoes and carrots on the blue light special. And when this ratio gets too high, they trade out their gold for silver. And they get, in this case, 104. And premiums, I won't even stop and slow down for the premium argument. It used to be you'd lose a lot of money on premiums when you buy and sell. Today, I can show you how to buy and sell silver and gold, generic bullion, and probably not lose more than 1 or 2% in doing so, right? If you're just looking for a generic secondary silver or gold. I'm going to take the premiums out of it. That argument has faded away. Of course, you could trade in the paper market as well. But, when silver was at 104 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold, people were selling their gold and buying silver. When silver dipped back down recently to 86, and it's only, it's 86 right now. So imagine that you picked up 104 ounces of silver All right, for that ounce of gold you already have, you should have both silver and gold in your stack in varying proportions, depending on stuff. And then you trade that back today, okay? And I wouldn't sell my silver at 86 to 1 personally. I think it's going to 80 and then on to 70. But you wanted to trade back, okay, you've picked up like something like 30%, 25 to 30% more gold. All right, and that's why people do it, and vice versa. If silver gets back down to 60, this is 80. You got to get a really long chart to get back down to 60. What is this one here? 64. I'm on a 5-year chart here, but if silver goes back down to 64, you will go in and to an LCS and plus or minus premiums and trade your 64 ounces of silver for an ounce of gold, roughly half of where it traded at its high of 104. So I always say it's highly relevant. It's math. It tells you what's cheap and what's expensive, and silver will always have a relationship with gold. And why did I stop? I should probably stop the video right here because I already talked too long. Let's just get on to the deals. I should have done a long video on that. I am sorry, guys. Let's see. Okay, what do we want to do? Now I just got to do the Eagles, right? A 1/10 Eagle is at Safe Haven Metals this morning for 384. But again, I would look for a pullback through Friday, maybe Saturday. Let's do a 1/4 ounce gold Eagle. Now let's do a half-ounce gold Eagle, 1810 at Safe Haven Metal, best price I can find on the internet. 1 ounce gold Eagle bullion exchanges, 35.95. And again, right now, 86 ounces of silver will buy you that gold Eagle. Okay, is that fair price? A lot of people would say that's a fair price. If it got down to 60, a lot of people would say, hey, you know what, I want the gold. Gold is the end game. And here I go talking again. How about a Buffalo? Buffalo is 36.67 at Monument Metals. Let's go on to the big proof gold set. We'll look on eBay for this. 68.35. Holy moly. We can beat that on eBay. I'm just going to move forward to Krugerrand. Here's one way you can play that ratio. Play it with Krugerrands, guys, or play it with beat up gold bars. 35.53 for a 1 ounce Krugerrand sovereign gold coin. That's all you need in your stack. I don't fear foreign gold at all. Going to keep moving here, and I got a new platinum offering for you. If you just want to go cheap on platinum, and you decide if you want to get the deal here, 1436 for a platinum bar out of assay. Probably won't be messed up because platinum is very, very dense. So might be good quality. When you go into the LCS, he'll offer you a lot more than that, but you may want to have some platinum in your stack. If you look at these little 25-gram packs, they're $13.90 at Golden Eagle. Why do I like those? Because you can divide them up and sell them retail for much, much more than that. And moving on to a Silver Eagle. Silver Eagle is 44 even at Summit Metals. Cull Eagles are 42.82 at Bullion Exchanges. Green light is on, but I don't know. I kind of smell a little retracement coming here. I would think we'll retest 40 on silver. I don't recall the levels on gold. If we really, really had a big smackdown, you could see silver go back to 38. I think that could happen, and then you'd really want to load the boat. But if we get back down to the low 40s, I think I'd start buying again. I'm holding off right here, even though I do believe it is a buy. We've got silver maples. Silver maples are going for 43.18 at Safe Haven Metals. I'll just do a kangaroo. They're pricey at 43.41. Let's just keep moving here. We're going to find better deals on eBay. I picked up a new listing for the Star Privy Eagle. These are doing much better than I thought they would. I am just really surprised by this 500,000 mintage BU coin, selling at $50 and more some other places. I'm just surprised by that. The Eagle Privy is also selling for $50. Probably having something to do with $40 silver, but I don't know. They're doing better than I thought they would. I guess you may want to tuck those away for the long term. Laser beam can't get it. Superman, you can get all you want of those. Sacagawea sold out. Gold sunflower sold out. Silver sunflower sold out. Sorry about that. Costco, and let's see, if you have an executive club membership and a 2% rebate credit card, you can pick up this really nice Dragon Bar. Anybody else buy one of those? Yeah, it's $4.49, and then you'll get your 4% off. If you just want a regular old Pamp bar, they're $4.49 as well. There was a disparity yesterday between the Pamp bar and the Dragon bar. I think the Pamp bar was $4.29. I could be wrong about that. The Dragon bar was more expensive. Now they're both more expensive. They'll be out the door at about 42 something an ounce. If you want a gold bar, $36.19. Out the door under 3,500, under spot. I like the little Rand bars here on Costco. Be sure you have a good credit card and the Executive Club membership if you're going to play that game. Junk is still right around spot at the dealers. And, whoa, wait a minute. Did they change my listing here? 30 times face. Uh-oh, what did they do to me here? Doggone it. Skip it one day and look what happens. I'll have to find a new listing for the $10 face. The $100 bag is $28.82. That'll be right around melt on that. And the Mercs at the dealer are $28.90, something like, no, $29.90, something like that. We'll find that cheaper on eBay. Silver rounds, let me just do Golden State Mint this morning. And we got gold on sale? Gold Eagle, $36.91. No, we found it cheaper than that. Where's the silver, guys? Okay. What in the world is this? What are they doing over here? Get this garbage out of my way. I hate those pop-ups, don't you? And nobody ever wins those contests. Let's see. Labor Day sale, $21? Half ounce? So that is $42.68 for a half ounce buffalo. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I don't know, junk is preferable, but there's a bigger discount on junk now when you sell it back to the LCS. So maybe you want some fractional silver at $42, or maybe you just want, what is this, a quarter ounce? That's $44 for the quarter ounce. And, holy mackerel. Oh, they got a 2-ounce buffalo at $42 an ounce. They got what is going on here? What is that? A 5-ounce buffalo at $42 an ounce. Copper at $1.29. That's not the worst price on copper. Silver bars, $42. Silver round. Boy, I just got a whole lot of weird fractional stuff up on Golden State Mint. If you're interested in that, take a look. We'll do the weird half kilo. Are they selling these? And this was about the same price per ounce as the kilo, $6.71 for shipwreck silver. And boy, I hope that comes in the capsule. You'll never find a capsule for that guy if you're trying to sell that retail. And it's just an oddball collector piece there. Looks like this one is beat up. And do they have 100 of these? They only have 2, and it's going to be messed up. Why did they do a separate listing for 2 of these? They should have just thrown it in the generic pile. Anyway, what did I want to say? I don't know. Hold on one second. So that half kilo, I mean, it'd be good for melting, I guess. That's about all that'd be good for. Full kilo is going for $13.41 at Monument Metals. Oh, look, silver took a hit, down 55 cents now. Yeah, they're going to punch it today, I think. May get down to 40. And if it breaks 40, boy, I would just be buying all the way down to 38. Let's see if that happens. That's not likely to happen. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking, preparing for the worst case. Let's see. The laser's out of stock, and I don't know what happened to the remaining mintage. They pulled it off the market, I think. The pick of the day, sunflower, that's out of stock. New pick of the day is a subscription to the reverse proof Morgan and Peace Dollar. Might be the last year on those. Might be low mintage as well. Now we're on eBay. Okay, let's try to find some silver eagles. And now with prices dropping, we may have to wait for these prices to come down. We have got culls at, I don't know, under 43 out the door. We have got impaired 880. We have got I don't want a wedge-tail eagle. What is this? 20 roll, 2022. Big seller, good feedback. What year do we have here? 2022s. He has got two of these. They are 44.50. You'll be out the door at about 43.20. That'll beat the dealer. I think the dealer was 43.20. I did it again. 43.20 versus Eagles at the dealer of $44. Save about 80 cents a coin there. He's a big seller with good feedback and free shipping. You can pick up two. Okay, well, that'll beat the dealer. You save a few bucks. Let's go on to the large lots. The culls are going to be close to 42 out the door, and the BU are going to be about 43 out the door. Well, so on the small and big lot, you'll save money on the Silver Eagles. Today, maybe those prices will drop. I'm going to go back and check spot again. Dollar rallying for some reason. Something going on in international markets. I think we're having some debt problems in the international. Gold down 16, silver down 30 cents. Why are futures down 50 cents? Very interesting. Just watch that like a hawk today if you're planning on buying. Where in the heck am I? Okay. Now I should do maples, and maples, spotted maples 850, 1065 for that listing. Britannias are 1089. Kangaroos are 1114. Krugerrands are 1117. Well, you can check those if you're interested. Let's look for junk. Junk has been cheaper on eBay, so you ought to be buying it there. 29 times face, that'd be out the door at about 28.10 after a 3% rebate with your PayPal card, your American Express Everyday Cash. 28.10. So I don't think you guys believe me. Why would you buy it anywhere else? Unless you don't have those credit cards. Divided by 0.715. Equals 39.30 melt. Okay, on Washington's we found some walkers yesterday, so way cheap junk on eBay. Don't hesitate to buy that. You'll have a nice buffer if spot price drops. In a large lot, you don't want the slicks. Oh, here's Franklin Halves. Here's another big seller. Pretty good feedback. Look at those. 28.7. You'll be out the door at about 27.5. Man, that's too cheap. That's too cheap for Franklin Halves. Looks like somebody has polished or cleaned those, and I care not at all. But if you're buying those for numismatic value, maybe somebody tumbled those or cleaned those tenfold. Yeah, I think they're going to be cleaned up. Maybe that doesn't matter to you. They'll still be pretty. But that is very, very cheap for junk. If you missed the rally and you're looking to get some junk way under spot, there's another good deal. Well, I just got to go on to the gold. Bar of the day. If you want to enter the auction for these little A-mark bars, Anaheim Metal Company, USVI, 1981, Hunt Brothers Silver. After they brought it all back from Switzerland, this is what they made out of it. Nice little bars here. You ought to have a handful of those, and they're going cheap at the moment. Let me just do the big lot. No, do the lot of 20 rounds. 42 an ounce, under 41 out the door. And the cheapest 100-ounce bar is going to be a random bar. 41.68, about 40.50 out the door. Probably under spot right there. Let's see, I just got to go to the gold. I'm going to do the Eagles only this morning. 1/10 gold Eagle as cheap as 388. minus 3%. 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle as cheap as $9.57, minus 3%. Half ounce, I don't have a half ounce Gold Eagle here for some reason. 1 ounce Gold Eagle as cheap as, if you can afford it. Let's see, big seller, pretty fair feedback, $36.50. Why so cheap? What's wrong with this? No, looks righteous. Let's see. So he's a big seller, 99.1% feedback. I'd like to see his feedback a little higher, but $36.50 on that, you're going to take $110 off. You'll be at $35.40. What was the Eagle up on the website? $35.40 versus the dealer price. They're having trouble keeping them in stock of $35.98. Wow, you're going to save $50 on that one right there if you got to buy a Gold Eagle. That one right there. Does he say anything weird about it? I like to save $50. Beautiful to hold and view. Excellent or better be you can do. Oh, well, you can't. We will not ship coins internationally. Okay. I don't know why he's not 100% feedback, but looks like a good way to save $50 on a Gold Eagle right there. Okay, I think we did our job. Well, I'll do the Buffaloes for my friend Ulexite. $37.39, $36.99 out the door under $3,600 for a PF70. What kind of seller are you? Oh. Okay, that's it. My timer is off. I got to go do some trolling over at the U.S. Mint. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye.